السلام علیکم. شب تمام شما بخیر باشه. آرزو دارم که روزهای دهه اخیر رمضانم بخیر بگذرونین و در این روزایی که ما همگی مدخانه هستیم در عافیت و صحتمندی به سر ببرین. حسنات اقبالی هستم، رهبر DSC یا DSC لید در دانشگاه بلخ. Hey everyone, hope to be fine and safe. In this talk time, this is Hasanat, the DSC lead of Balkh University in Afghanistan. امشب ما در این برنامه کلا اختصاص دادیمش برای گوگلرز، کسایی که در گوگل کار میکنن، مثل اریکا هانسن، کسی که گلوبال پروگرام منیجر است در گوگل، و همین قسم استاد جاوید موحد، کسی که GDG کابرا ارگانایزرش هستن. و خوشحال هستیم که امروز هر دوتا اینا برای ما وقت دادن تا ای که افتخار داشتن یک برنامه خوب همراه اینا داشته باشیم. Hey Erica, it's your time. If you're ready, you can. You're live now with students. We are live in 5 destinations, 2 Facebook pages, and also 3 YouTube channels.
Great. Hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining. My name is Erica Hanson. I work at Google based in New York. I've been on the developer relations team at Google for about 6 years, and at Google for 13 and a half years now. And I lead the Developer Student Clubs program globally. And I basically, as you probably know, this is a community program for students all over the world, basically where students can set up clubs on their university campuses where they run workshops to train students on how to become more industry ready on the latest in Google technology. And also students work on projects to solve local problems in the community. So that's what the program is all about. So it's so great to be here with all of you right now. And so actually I want to present some slides to you so that you're able to learn a little bit more about the program. So I'm just going to quickly pull this up. And I'll share a few stories. So let me pull these slides up right now real quick. And so, yeah, I'm based here in New York. Where I've been for a couple years. I have had a bit of a journey going through different countries. I lived and worked in London for a few years and also in Singapore. So I'm going to share some slides with you right now. And here we go. Okay, oops, there we go. I think you can see my screen. So I'm just going to present some slides talking about the Developer Student Club program, and I'm happy to take any questions as well. But first, I did want to talk a little bit more about my career journey. So I wanted to talk through some of these pictures on the slide. So first of all, my name is Erica, as I mentioned. Right out of college, I went to Stanford, where I studied psychology and communications. And I joined Google right after that. And so I was a non-tech major, but eventually ended up going to Google and majoring and joining the engineering department eventually, but went that route through program management. And as I mentioned, I worked in the London office. That's this picture up on the right, where I was in sales operations. And then eventually in Singapore, I was on the developer relations team. And that's where I was helping, I was focused on helping developers in Indonesia. And our goal as part of the developer relations team is really helping developers be more successful. As we did a lot of trainings. And then that's really where I got interested in community. So that's where I first went to one of my first community events. This is a Google Business Group event. And what I really love about community, whether it's online or in person, is that it's really a place for people to come together and learn, share ideas with each other, also make some new connections, potentially work on projects together. but it also provides a space for people to take on new challenges, to not only be a participant in a community, but also be a speaker, facilitate a session, mentor other people as well. So that's what I love about community. And so I was inspired, and basically I decided to co-found a community with some friends. It was called Geek Girl Meetup Singapore. So that's this right now. That's this image right here, Geek Girl Meetup Singapore. It's basically a community for women in tech, focused on supporting women as they get started with their startups in the early stages. And then after that, I moved to New York, which is where I am now, and leading the Developer Student Clubs program globally. So that's a little bit about me and my journey. So let's go to the next slide. So what is Developer Student Clubs all about? I know some of you are familiar, some of you might be new and interested in learning about the program. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, I wanted to give you an overview. So Developer Student Clubs help student developers learn globally and work with their communities to solve real-life problems. Our goal is to create impact students and empower them to impact their communities through technology. And so let's get a little bit deeper into what this means. So as I mentioned earlier, these are university-based community groups for students interested in Google developer technologies. And by joining a DSC, students grow their knowledge in a peer-to-peer learning environment and build solutions for local businesses, NGOs, their community, even their university campuses. And so we're really aiming to bridge the gap between theory and practice. And so a couple things I want to emphasize here that is the peer-to-peer learning piece. And this is important because we found that people feel very comfortable asking peers questions if they're stuck with something. And it provides that comfortable environment to support each other. And also it's great to learn from your friends, from other people. So that provides a safe space. And also the building solutions piece. So this is actually part of the solution challenge. We have a solution challenge every year. And I know some of you might have been a part of this, basically where students work on projects that solve local problems in their community, and they can submit these to a competition that we have every year. And so why do we build solutions? Part of this is that practical piece, like basically putting what you learn in the workshops into practice and actually building a project with a team. You're gaining leadership skills, but you're also kind of getting your hands dirty and really building something. And these are things that you could put on your resume. You can talk about these in interviews as well. And so it's important to learn the theory, but also to put it into practice and learn the latest technology and become more industry ready. And so this is a global program. There's over 68 countries this is in, and also there's over 860 communities on campuses all over the world. And just wanted to show that it has been growing. So in 2018, the program was in Sub-Saharan Africa, India, Indonesia. It started in India, and I brought the program to Indonesia when I was based in Singapore, and now it's global. And here's just some of the countries and regions it's in, basically all over the world, from US to Middle East to Southeast Asia, Africa, everywhere now. And coming soon, it'll be in Latin America. And so what do people do here? What are these clubs all about? So it's about connecting and learning and growing. And so the way, in terms of connection, it's about meeting other students on your campus, also virtually, meeting people online and getting together, and meeting people who are interested in developer technologies, and everyone is welcome. So this is really open to a diverse mix of people from different backgrounds, beginner to more intermediate, and where people can learn. They learn a very new skills gained through hands-on workshops and training, and also the project building is a place to learn. And then growing, applying what you've learned to grow, advance your skills and your network as well. And then giving back to the community and helping others through their journey. And here's a couple things that some of the kind of events around the world. I just wanted to showcase all over the world. So this was a TensorFlow workshop that some students in Sub-Saharan Africa were a part of. And then I wanted to talk about some of the projects as well that students have worked on all over the world. So this was one project in Indonesia where students got together, and one student mentioned that her sister lived in a city where there was a lot of flooding. So maybe they're not able to stop the floods, but is there something they could do to help? And so basically they identified a problem. And these are some screenshots from a video. We did make a video on this. And so they said, we should be able to prevent, the main issue they found was that people were not getting the notifications. So they said, is there something that we can do here? Can we help send notifications to people? Can we let people know where the safe zones are? So they did some whiteboarding, and eventually they gathered some user feedback and built a prototype, got more feedback. And basically they were able to build this app that sends notifications when there's flooding, and lets people know where the safe zones are. So this was a project that students worked on. They were part of a developer student club. And so part of this process really is basically putting your skills and what you learn into practice. And they actually launched the app. It's not always necessary to fully finish and launch the full project, but they wanted to take it a step further and actually, let's put this out there. And they continued to iterate and improve it. So that's one example. And I did want to share just one thing that happens once a year. It's the solution challenge. And so, as I mentioned, this is an annual contest that invites students from DSCs to solve local problems using Google products or platforms. We just closed that off April 30th, and we are currently reviewing all the submissions, great submissions from all over the world. And so we're going to be announcing the winners, the top 10 teams, in early June. So more to come there, but I did want to share a quick video just so you have a sense of some of the things. And this happens once a year, as I mentioned. So let me play this real quick. Oops, let me start from Great. So that is the solution challenge video, and that's just to give you a sense of some of the types of projects that students have worked on. So that already students were able to fill that out, and so actually wanted to also point out that through this website is where you can find a developer student club near you. Also, if you're interested in becoming a developer student club lead, you can fill out this form. So the deadline was today, May 15th, but actually we're going to be announcing in a couple hours that we've extended the deadline. So the deadline will be extended to June 1st. So you still have 2 full weeks to complete this. We encourage you to share this with your friends as well. And anyone you may know, you can share on social media or to any friends. And they can fill this out. So I'm just going to go here. Sorry for all my tabs. I know it looks like I have many, many tabs. So basically, lead a DSC, and I'll show you become a lead. And so this is the form. We do have it in a few different languages. In case you speak any of these languages, you can click and fill out those forms in the different languages. But if you do fill it out in English, basically you can fill this out here. If there is a developer student club already on your university campus, then just find it and basically click on it, and you can fill out the rest. If it's not existing on your campus yet, then you can leave that blank. But basically just fill this out. The kind of things that we're asking are, there's a few questions, like if you're part of any other communities, if you're part of Google developer groups, also if you've been part of a developer student club in some way, been maybe a core team member, you can add that here. One thing I do recommend is filling out as much of this form as you can, like your Git profile, if you have LinkedIn, or if you've done Quick Labs as well, that's here. I recommend just filling out as much of this as you can. And one last thing, we highly encourage you to do a 1-minute video if you feel comfortable with that. You can make it private and share it with us, but we'd love to see a video, and you could answer any one of these 3 prompts. So one answer, you can say, tell us more about what would be the purpose of your developer student club community, for example, or there's 3 options. We recommend doing the video and filling out as much of this as you can, and that's it. It's just 1 page basically. So yeah, if you know someone who's interested, you can share this with them. It's on this link here, so they can fill this out. So that's all I was gonna share with you. And what I always end presentations with is make sure that you have fun. It's great to be part of communities. I know that right now everything is online. It's a difficult time, and so it may be harder to stay connected, but definitely encourage you to continue to engage with community online. That's a great platform as well, where you can come together and learn and share ideas and be part of webinars like this and watch these. So, but it's always good to have fun along the way as you're learning. And thank you so much for listening. There are a few links here of like my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So please do add me if you want to stay in touch. I would love to stay connected. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Erica. We are glad to have you here, and thank you so much. I'm gonna have some questions from the comments. Let's see, and also I have some questions.
Yes, so yeah, these are some really good questions. Yeah, should I start answering some of these? Here, I can, let me share my screen real quick. Are you able to see my screen? Yeah, so the best place to go to find out more information would be this place. I saw this question, a couple of these questions. So if you go here to the website, this is the best place to find out more. So as I mentioned, this is where the form is if you click lead a DSC. And then there's more about, actually there's more stories. I recommend watching some of these videos and other things as well. Let me go here. And so this is a little bit more about, I think someone mentioned expectations. So what does the lead do? Basically you start a club, or if there was already an existing club and you want to take over for the next year, you would be basically taking over and working with this community. You'd be hosting workshops to basically grow student knowledge on developer products. We provide content, and so you can do hands-on workshops with them, and then the students will basically build projects. In terms of benefits of being a lead, one is professional growth, access to, we have a lot of trainings and technical knowledge, and also it's a great experience to be a leader of a community. That's something great that you can put on your resume, just having those leadership skills. The network growth, basically you get connected to industry experts and Googlers for mentorship, but also to a global network of student leaders and also leaders within your region as well. And then community learning, dedicated support to educate and expand your community online and in person as well. And here's some of the becoming a lead criteria. So I know some of you mentioned this. I'd say the year isn't as important, but ideally it's okay to be a senior actually, but as long as you have like 1 full year left, that doesn't matter as much, but that you're enrolled at a university, you can either be a master's student or undergraduate student, that you can commit to a full year. So it's a 1-year engagement, that you're passionate about creating impact in the community. Also, we do look at like technical expertise. You don't have to be an expert in Android or an expert in something, but it's good to have like a general technical understanding of computer programming or software engineering. And it helps to have experience with leading a team in some way, whether it was on a project or running an event. Having some kind of experience in that is helpful. This isn't required, but it does help to have a connection to be part of other communities, developer communities out there. And eventually, once you are a lead, hosting events, whether it's online or in person, ideally once a month, but it can be every few months. But just that you're engaging with your community and asking them what are they interested in learning, and basically sharing more with them based on what they're looking for. And we do have lots of content that we provide you as well. So those are, so someone had asked about like requirements. So these are some of the things. Also, in terms of, more information, this would be the website. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here. Oh, this is the solution challenge. So there's some really cool projects and stories in here as well. And also I recommend, if you're interested, there's some videos in here as well. If you want some guidance on identifying a problem, identifying a solution, designing the interface, designing the technology. Here's some recent videos that we made this year as well. Cool, so those, I'll stop sharing that. Great, so can you please brief about the online Hangout conversation? Oh yes, good question, after the Google shortlisting, yes. So the process is basically we're first evaluating, so you'll fill out the form, and then we've now extended the deadline to June 1st, so it's gonna take us some time to evaluate. We'll be evaluating into June. And so someone on the Google side will be reviewing, and the next step is if you get past that first stage, then we're gonna send you an email and set up a video call. And so you're gonna be connected with someone with you, likely it'll be on the Google side, who's gonna ask you some questions about any experience you've had with leading a community potentially, or leading a project, or what kind of technology you're interested in, and just getting to know you and asking some questions to understand your technical expertise, and also wanting to learn a bit more about why are you interested in becoming a developer student club lead, and those are some of the questions that they would be asking you. So they'll be asking questions, and it takes about 30 minutes. Oh, that's a good question. Do you run the code? Yes, when you review the solution challenge. We are running the code. So we're starting the evaluations this week, actually. We've been reviewing them. So as I mentioned, we'll be announcing in early June, and we are running the code, and we're reading through all the answers, and it's been really cool reading through just what kind of problems students were solving, and how they got feedback on it as well. So it's been a really cool process. Marketing, I thought, share more. Yeah, I can share more about my experience as well. Oh, and the program is available to, Yes, it is available in Sweden. And so you could basically fill out it's in this link. We can just share it on the screen as well. So they can fill out that form. Yeah, and I'm happy to also share more about my Google journey as well. But we can see what other questions there are. How much more time do we have?
We have about 10 minutes other. And one question I have, can you tell us a bit more about what was the starting point in your professional life?
Oh, yeah, like a really important point in my professional life.
Yeah, what was the starting point and important point in your professional life? Like you're about 13 years that you are working in Google.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm happy to share more about that journey. So I'd say some of the things that I learned along the way are that it's really important to be proactive and get a better sense of what you're interested in. So for me, I was initially in sales. So I was, for about 4 years, I was doing, I was on the sales team and just working with supporting businesses with their advertising strategies. And I wasn't sure if that's something that I wanted to be doing long term, but it was a good experience. And so I started to do 20% projects. And so that's basically spending 20% of your time working on different projects. So, and they have different opportunities like that. And I was pretty proactive. And so one was, I reached out to the google.org team and asked, is there a project I could work on? And I was proactive. And eventually I was able to work on a project 20% of my time to support that team. And so I wanted to learn a bit more about that team, what they were doing, and see, is this something that I want to do more of? And so that was the beginning of learning more about project management. And okay, maybe not having clients that I'm working with and on the phones with, let's see, maybe I want to start working on projects. And so I started to, so I continued to do 20% projects. When I moved to London, I did a 20% project working with Campus London, which is Google's tech hub, and supporting startups. And so I ran I co-led the mentoring program where we connect Googlers with people who, with startups, with startup founders, and we provided them support. And so that was cool. I thought what I learned from that is I'm interested. Oh, that activated my phone. I'm interested in, I like supporting startups. I like managing kind of mentoring programs. So that was where I got interested in that. And then eventually I continued to look at other opportunities, and I found a 3-month rotation program in Singapore, and it was managing a program called Women on the Web, and it was helping women learn how to start businesses online using like free tools and resources and Google technology to start their businesses online. And so I got to go to Singapore for 3 months, and that's where I realized, wow, I really like training, education. I like mentoring, and I like program or project management. And so the way that I learned that I liked that was through being proactive, asking around, trying to make new friends in different teams, but also proactively looking for 20% projects, rotation programs, and testing things out to see what I like. And so I saw the question, what was my first job? It was basically customer service, essentially, customer support. So my very first job was I was approving the ads that you see on Google, like the little text ads. I had to approve them. Now there's more automation now. I also answered the phones. Anybody could call asking about their advertising campaign, so I answered those questions. So it was customer support, and it was an entry-level job, and it was a great experience, and I really enjoyed just talking to people. Anyone could call and ask any question about the internet or about their campaign. I answered lots of questions. And so I had to be kind of quick on my feet and be able to answer those questions. So that was my first role. And eventually the way that I got into the developer relations team, which is part of engineering, was through those 20% projects, through that rotation program. And a key thing was understanding what are my main skills, or what am I the best at, and also what am I most passionate about. And so one thing I realized I enjoyed was program management, and also it was stories, hearing more stories and sharing stories of how people have been impacted by technology. And so I was really interested in the storytelling piece, and also really interested in education. And so kind of putting all those things together, what I'm best at, well, what I'm also interested in, I was able to, I worked harder and loved what I was doing, and that kind of came through in the projects I was proactive about taking on and finding new opportunities for myself. So that's a bit more about my journey. I saw someone was asking about that too.
Yeah, that was great. One other question, what was your great and huge achievement being in Google?
I'd say it's one thing I'm really happy about is the working on the Developer Student Clubs program. And the program existed in India, and I saw an opportunity in Indonesia, and I thought, why don't we have a program for students in Indonesia, which is the country I was personally focused on for work. And I said, why don't we bring it here? Let's test this out. So we onboarded 20 students. We ran a pilot, and things worked out. So then we added another 40 students. And so what I love is that I've been able to pilot things. It's all about, running a pilot, testing it, see if it works, or setting goals, setting a timeline, a project plan, and gathering feedback, making improvements, and then seeing, what do we do next? Do we grow this or not? So going through that was amazing because things worked out, and then I wanted to, there was some interest in other countries as well. So we slowly started expanding, and then I was able to take this on globally. And that's when I was able to move to New York. So it was really, it was, I think that was the thing that I'm really happiest about, was finding an opportunity and piloting, and then also being able to grow it globally and be able to just hear more about the stories all over the world of students building really cool projects, helping their local communities. So that's probably what I'm happiest about, is the Developer Student Club program growing globally. And can a member of a DSC become a developer at Google? Opportunities for DSC members at Google. So there's always the opportunity for anyone, whether it's a member or someone who is on the core team, a speaker, or also a Developer Student Club lead, for them to apply for different opportunities. And I know of a couple Developer Student Club leads who eventually did apply for jobs at Google and got those jobs, and a couple who are now community managers as well on the Google side, who used to be part of other related programs. So there's definitely the opportunity. Feel free to apply. I know things that they're looking for are, technical expertise, that you've shown leadership, also that you're good at problem solving, and they're interested in seeing how you solve a problem, what questions do you ask, and how do you answer the questions is really important as well. Yes, capacity and skills considered by Google. As I was mentioning, so I think a lot of it is technical expertise. It doesn't have to be in like one specific area. It could be a broad range, or it could be really deep into one area. But I think just showing that technical expertise and having any experiences about teamwork as well can really help, because actually at Google, a lot of what we do is working in teams. There's definitely everything I do is basically in teams. So being able to show like, here's a project I worked on, or here's how I worked with this team to build this project. So that's also helpful. As I mentioned, the problem solving, how you solve a problem, and the questions that you ask to solve that problem are important. And yeah, so I think anything, if you're part of a community, that I think that does help to show if you're have experience mentoring other people or speaking at events or being part of a community, projects that you've worked on. I think all of these things help. Any other questions?
If you have any comments for students in our country, in Afghanistan, especially in Balkh University students, so feel free to share your comments or any message for them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It's been, yeah, thank you for inviting me. And just want to say a key message is really that it's so awesome to be part of a community, as I mentioned, whether it's online or in person. I think having people that are passionate about technology or passionate about something, friends that you can, bounce ideas off of, or you can work on a project together or solve a problem together. I think it really helps to have, this peer-to-peer environment. And also when you learn something, sharing it with other people, mentoring people, supporting them when they have questions is really helpful. Because for me, when I was learning Java, I did an online course. It was the Udacity Android for Beginners. I got really frustrated. Actually, that course makes it a lot easier to learn, but a couple times I made some mistakes, and I messaged a friend through WhatsApp and asked them a couple questions. And I was able to get some support, and also was able to get some support online. So for me, it helped having it was kind of a friend tour, I would say, instead of it was a friend and mentor combined. And so they helped me a couple times when I felt a bit lost. And I was able to finish the course, and so was able to build a very simple app, but it felt good. So I think when you have a network of people that you can help each other out as you get started learning a new technology, or maybe just becoming more of an expert in a technology you're already good at, I think it just helps to have a network. So that's my main message, is just to really support each other and continue to learn and be there as part of a community. It really helps, because that passion is contagious, and you can really help each other out.
Thank you so much, Ms. Erica. Thank you for making these things possible for students, especially for our students in our country. Much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. It was so great to be here.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
بسیار زیاد تشکر از تمامی شما که تا حالا گوش کردین. برای که ارکا گفت با حال خوشحال هستم که امشب من افتخار این را دارم که در کنار خود استاد جاوید را داشته باشم. استاد اسکرین برای شما هر چی دوست دارین با شاگردا بگوین. من میرم دیگه.
سلام و شب همگی بخیر. تشکر از خانم حسنات و این جای بسیار خوشی است که ما شما این کمیونیتی ها را در افغانستان داریم و مستقیم با بزرگترین کمپنی تکنولوژی دنیا شرکت گوگل در ارتباط هستیم و پیام کارهای دستاوردهای شاگردای افغانستان آل به سطح جهان برای کلگی انتقال پیدا میکنه. من از همه شما تشکر میکنم. یک سوال که همیشه مسئولین از من پرسان میکنن پیش از اینکه من برم در باره تا که امروز صحبت بکنم برای کسایی که من نمیشناسن بگم که من مسئول برنامه جدیجی کابل هستم و همچنان استاد پانتون هستم. من رئیس پنزه کامپیوتر ساینس پانتون آریا هستم. یک سوالی که معمولا شاگردا از ما پرسان میکنن و در تصمیم گیری برش مشکل برمیخورن این است که ما چیکار بکنیم که یک دیولپر شویم، چطور یک سافتویر انجینیر شویم. به اون خاطر من خواستم یک سلاید آماده بکنم. من سلاید خود شیر میکنم، باز دیگه گپا رو شروع میکنیم. من یک لحظه اسکرین خود شیر بکنم براتون. اسکرین من انشاءالله آمده. سوالی که در اول در ذهن ما بود و در ذهن هر شاگرد کامپیوتر ساینس است این است که do you have what it takes to be a software developer؟ آیا میتونم یک دیولپر شوم؟ سوالی که پیشتر اکثر دوستای ما از خانم رکام کردن که چی میشه که آدم در گوگل دیولپر شود و چی نیاز است که آدم به همون سطح برسه. حالا دیولپر شدن در گوگل کار ساده نیست. هدف من از سلاید یا تاک امروز این خواهد بود که یک شاگرد کامپیوتر ساینس چطور میتونه که برسه به همون حد که در یک شرکت، در دولت یا در هر جای منیس یک سافتور دیولپر استخدام شود. حالا سافتور دیولپر هم لیول‌های مختلف داره. این هدف ما از جونیور سافتور دیولپر است، یک کسی که از این را پول پیدا بکنه. هدف ما است که ما شما چیکار بکنیم که از محصل بودن در کامپیوتر ساینس تبدیل شویم به کسی که از طریق سافتویر دیولپمنت پول پیدا میکنه، باشه و از طریق کار کردن در یک اداره یا از طریق ای که خودش یک چیز میسازه یا فریلنسینگ میکنه. سوال اول امی است که آیا شما امی توانایی را دارین؟ امی رشته برای شما ساخته شده یا نشده؟ ما برای محصلین دم اولین روزی که پانتون میاین ثبت نام میکنن و میبینمشان، اولین چیزی که براشون میگم امی است که رفیقایی که یا دوستایی که انگلیسی یاد دارن خوب که ندارن، نمی امروز برین یک کورس انگلیسی بگیرین. کامپیوتر ساینس و پروگرامینگ و سافتور دیولپمنت بدون انگلیسی ناممکن است. هر قدر منابع خوبه که در دنیا هست، در حداقل در این رشته او کلش به انگلیسی است. اگر شما منتظر از این باشیم که یک کسی میایه این مواد ترجمه میکنه به پشتو یا به فارسی، چندین سال از او تیر میشه و دیگه او تکنولوژی حتما کنه شده. از او خاطر اولین چیزی که نیاز است این است که شما باید انگلیسی یاد داشته باشید. اگر شما انگلیسی یاد دارین یک قدم نزدیکتر هستین از کسی که انگلیسی یاد نداره. چیز دیگه ای که نیاز است بیسیک کامپیوتر نالج، دانش ابتدایی کامپیوتر. ای که شما با استفاده از ایمیل را، استفاده از اینترنت و این مسائل را بلد باشین. چیز دیگه ای که نیاز است این است که شما یک کسی باشین که لاجیکلی فکر بکنین. من کلمه انگلیسی را که فارسی مکس میکنم به خاطر مشکل کامپیوتر ساینس همی است که برای هر چیز مدل فارسی شو نداریم. هدف من از لاجیکال تینکینگ این است که یک تعداد مردم ها خوب هستند به فکر تحلیلی کردن یا ریاضیات و فیزیک این مسائل زود یاد میگیرن، یک تعداد کسا دیر یاد میگیرن. اگر شما یک کس هستین که ریاضی و فیزیک مسائل زود یاد میگیرین، کامپیوتر ساینس هم زود یاد بگیرین. این به این معنا نیست که کسی که شاگرده که در مکتب ریاضی یا فیزیک یاد نگرفته حالا کامپیوتر ساینس یاد نمیگیره. هدفی است که کسایی که در ریاضی و فیزیک خوب بودن حالا در کامپیوتر ساینس و در پروگرامینگ هم خوبتر یا راحتتر می باشن. پوینت دیگه ایست که اگر شما یک کسی هستین که مفکوره حل مشکل دارین، problem solving mentality دارین، کسایی که در گیم بازی میکنن و در گیم خوب هستن، گیم هم یک پرابلم است، شما سولوش میکنین، حلش میکنین. یا سابقا یک چیزی که بود جنجال میگفتنش، یا روبیکس کیوب شما اکثرا دیدین. اگر شما میتونین روبیکس کیوب حل کنین اینی مثلا این یا کلش نشان میده که شما توانایی از این دارین که سافت‌ویر دیولپر شوید. ما بازم تکرار بکنم که کسایی که 4 مورد را که ما تا گفتم ندارن به این معنا نیست که اینا نمیتونن سافت‌ویر دیولپر شوند. هدفی است که اینمی مسائل شما را رایتان ساده تر میسازه، هموارتر میسازه. از کل از این 4 مورد که چیز بسیار بسیار مهم determination، تصمیم و اراده شما است. اگر تصمیم و اراده از این داشته باشین که من دیولپر میشم، شما حتما دیولپر میشین. یک سوال دیگه ای که برای همگی پیش میاد وقت شروع میکنن یا از همون روز که شما پروگرامینگ شروع میکنین، در ذهن کل یمی است که خود چی وقت با دیولپر میشم. این سفر بر یک تعداد بسیار زود نتیجه میده. اگر شما 4 مورد را که در اسلاید قبلی ما گفتم، اگر انگلیسی خوب میفهمین، اگر دانش ابتدایی کامپیوتر بلد هستین، اگر ریاضی و فیزیک کتش راحت هستین و اگر در حل مشکلات خوب هستین، بسیار سریع میتونین که پروگرامینگ یاد بگیرین. من میشناسم کسایی را که در ظرف 6 ماه تونستن یک زبان برنامه‌نویسی را یاد بگیرن و پروژه بسازن. نظر به این که گفتم این موارد کدامایش دارین، چقدر تصمیم اراده تان قوی است، 6 ماه، 1 سال، نهایتا 2 سال وقت میگیره تا اینکه شما یک سافت‌ویر دیولپر شوید. یک سوال بسیار خوب دیگه ای است که where to start from. پروگرامینگ خوب چیز است، در دنیا ماشه بلند پروگرامرها دارن، دنیا رو میتونن اینمی تغییر بدن. شما تاکای مختلف شنیدین از مردم های خوب تصمیم گرفتین که پروگرامر شوین. از کجا شروع کنیم؟ نقطه آغاز کجا است؟ نقطه آغاز به نظر من این است که یکی شما سافت‌ویر دیولپمنت انتخاب کردین، باز تصمیم بگیرین که کدام بخش از سافت‌ویر دیولپمنت میخوانین. هدف از پکلین امی است که یک مسیر مشخص انتخاب بکنین. شما میتونین که وب دیولپر شوین، شما میتونین که موبایل دیولپمنت بخوانین، میتونین دسکتاپ اپلیکیشن دیولپمنت بخوانین. در موبایل دیولپمنت هم شما چندین گزینه دارین، میتونین که اندروید بخوانین، میتونین آی او اس دیولپمنت بخوانین و آل پلتفرم فریم ورک های جدید آمده مثل فلاتر که برای شما توانایی زیر میده که همزمان هم بر اندروید و هم بر آی او اس دیولپمنت بکنید. موضوع بحث ما امروز این است که کدام از یا خوب است و شما کدامش را تخریب بکنین و یک بحث جدا است. اما مهم امی است که اتو نکنین که 1-2 روز برین وب بخوانین، باز 1-2 روز دیگه برین سی شارپ بخوانین، اپلیکیشن های دسکتاپ دیولپ کنین، باز یک تاک در مورد فلاتر بشنوین، فلاتر خوشتون به کلا زوربانین برین فلاتر. این کار را نکنین و این کار است که اکثرا شاگردای کامپیوتر ساینس میکنن. برای یک بلد شدن یا مثلا خواندن این چیزا شاید خوب باشه، برای معلومات اضافی تون شاید خوب باشه، اما برای شروع این شما را سردرگم میکنه که هر طرف کم کم دست بندازین. از اول به مشوره استادایتان در پانتون یا به مشوره کسایی که در اندستری هستن ازشان نظر بگیرین که کدام رشته خوب است. خودتان هم ببینین که کدامش خوشتان میاد. تاثیر کدامش بیشتر است و شما را کدامش زودتر به هدف میرسانه اولکش انتخاب بکنین. کل هر رشته سافیر دیولپمنت که انتخاب بکنین فرصت های خود داره. فرض کنیم که شما تصمیم گرفتین که اندروید دیولپر شوید. برای اندروید دیولپر شدن کار بعدی ای است که براتان یک رود مپ بسازین، یک نقشه راه بسازین که از کجا شروع بکنم، در چقدر وقت کجا برسم و چقدر وقت بعد ما بالاخره به هدف میرسم. اونم قصه یک تایملاین براتان بسازین، براتان هدف تعیین بکنین. به خاطر از اینکه این کار ساده تر شده باشه، ساختن رودمپ یا تعیین کردن از اینکه از اول ما چی را بخونم، باز چی را بخونم، باز چی را بخونم، این برای یک شاگرد کامپیوتر ساینس که معلوماتش محدود است برای از اون مشکل است. به همین خاطر ما یکم سرچ کردم اینترنت، باز یک تعداد لینک ها را پیدا کردم در نوتای سلاید است. ما گشا در کامنت پورا مندازم و توصیه میکنم که نظر به این که به کدام بخش علاقه دارین این لینک ها را همیشه فکر کنم در کامنت ها رفت. در لینک هایی که براتون روان کردم برای هر بخشی که شما علاقه دارین یک نقشه را رسم کردن. حالا شاید شما بخواین که یگان موردش تغییر بدین، اما حداقل برای شما مفکوری از این میته که از کجا شروع کنین و اهدافی که براتون تعیین میکنین چی باشه. کار دیگه که باید بکنین این است که به یک کمیونیتی جوین شوین. جای خوشبختی است که در کابل نام خدا کمیونیتی ها بسیار فعال است. کمیونیتی جی کابل است. ما گروپ فیسبوک هم داریم و اعضای جی کابل در کل کابل فعال هستند و بچهای بسیار خوب هستند. برای ارقامشون کامنت بتین، نظر بخواین، در فیسبوک باشون مسیج بکنین، ایمیل بکنین، سوال اگر داشته باشین در حد دانش و توانایی خود که تان کمک میکنه بر من. کنم وقت سوال بکنین، فرصت کدام هر وقت براتون جواب میتونم. ضرور نیست که شما اینمی رای را که پیش روی دارین این را تنهایی برین، برای خود رفیق پیدا بکنین، رفیقایی که با شما اهداف یکسان داره. به همین خاطر به کمیونیتی ها جوین بکنین و کل قسمت تا DSC داریم و یک عالم بچه‌ها به خدا اپلای کردن. به احتمال زیاد تا 2-3 ماه دیگه ما شما در 15 تا DSC در افغانستان داشته باشیم. اما تو جی کابل، بلخ و قندهار فعال است. تا چند وقت دیگه بخیر جی هرات هم فعال میشه. به که از این کمیونیتی ها بپیوندین، دوست و رفیق دیولپر پیدا کنین که اگر کدام جای بر مشکل برمیخورین باز یک کس باشه که دستتان بگیره که تان همکاری بکنه. و همونطور که پیشتر گفتم ضروری سفر دیولپر شدن سفر چند روزه نیست. بیخی که دیولپر هم شوین باز هم نیاز به ای دارین که کسایی که هم کسب و هم حرفه تان است که از اونا یک جای باشین و از گپای نو یکی دیگه خدا با خبر بسازین. ما تصمیم ما شد که بخیر تا 1 سال من اندروید دیولپمنت فرض مثال یاد بگیرم. این حال دیگه چی بکنیم؟ از کجا شروع؟ درس از کجا بخوانیم؟ مواد از کجا بکنیم؟ آنلاین کورسز به نظر من بهترین راه است، با وجود که پانتونا شکر است و اکثرتان محصلین کامپیوتر ساینس پانتونا هستین. پانتون یگان ذره محدودیت داره. محدودیت پانتون ای است که کریکولم هر پانتون در قالب امو ریکوایرمنت های وزارت تحصیلات عالی ساخته شده و مجبور هستند که در اونجا مضامین مختلف اضافه بکنن. شاید در اندروید دیولپمنت یکی دو سه مضمون شاید اصلا نباشه. اندروید دیولپمنت ما چند کریکولم را که دیدیم از پانتونهای مختلف، حداقل پانتونهای دولتی اندروید دیولپمنت نیست. شما برای از اینکه بخواین اندروید دیولپر شوین نمیتونین که به درسای پانتون اتکا بکنید. بهترین راه این است که شما کورسای آنلاین بخونید. ما سال 2017 یک کس در فیسبوک لینک یوداسیتی را پوست کرده بود، سایت یوداسیتی را، و سایت یوداسیتی را دو لینک گفته بود که چطور اندروید دیولپر میشین. رو باز کردم که کورس آنلاین از گوگل است و اندروید دیولپمنت یاد میدن با استفاده از جاوا. ما اندروید دیولپمنت از اونجا شروع کردم. در بین ویدیو درسایی که در ویدیو میداد، اما استادش درباره ازی گفت که شما امی گپ را که مال براتون گفت، امی گپ او برام او در ویدیو میگه که با کمیونیتی ها جوین شوین و در کل جایا کمیونیتی های جی دی جی هست. بعد از ویدیو ما اینترنت چک کردم که واقعا جی دی جی در پاکستان است، در هندوستان است، در اکثر کشورها است، در افغانستان نیست. باز سرچ کرده و گشته پیدا کردم که از چطور اپلای میشه. به جی دی جی کابل اپلای کردم. باز امو بالاخره باعث شد که در کابل جی دی جی راندازی شده. حالا نام خدا جی دی جی کابل تبدیل شده به جی دی جی کل افغانستان. 3 تا جی دی جی دیگه ساخته شد. DSC آمد و شروع کمیونیتی گوگل در افغانستان شد. هدف میسته که راه بسیار خوب یاد گرفتن امروز کورس های آنلاین است. ما اما تو یک 3 تا کورس های آنلاین خوبه، سایت هایی که کورس های آنلاین دارن را و اکثرا فیلیام است براتون اینجا نوشته میکنم در کامنت ها. udacity.com. ما اگر بخوایم کدام موضوع نو یاد بگیرم، اولین جایی که میرم یوداسیتی است. ویدیوهای بسیار با کیفیت داره. یودیمی هم است، اما تو کورسرا هم است. تمام سایت ها حتما بلد هستین، اگر نیستین یک بار ببینین و امو زبان برنامه‌نویسی مشخص را که میخواین یاد بگیرین حتما در اونجا برش کورس است و نظر من است که آنلاین درس بخونید. در کورس های آنلاین که میخوانید در اونجا حتما امی توصیه را براتون میکنه و توصیه معمول برای یاد گرفتن پروگرامینگ امی است که باید پروژه بسازید. زیاد پشت از این نگردین که ما از هر چیزی که درباره مثلا میخواین جاوا یاد بگیرین، ضروری نیست که شما هر گپی که در جاوا هست او را بلد شوین. کتابای جاوا را دیدین، رفرنس بوک هایش چند صد صفحه است. این ضروری نیست که چند صد صفحه را تمامش از سر و زیرش یاد بگیرین. یک کمکی که جاوا یاد گرفتین، یک پروژه بسازین. و تمام این کورس های آنلاین را که من براتون رفرنس دادم، تمام از این کورس ها متد تدریسشان پروژکت بیسد است. کمکی که یاد گرفتین تیزی که در پروژه بسازین و پروژه تان را شریک بسازین با دوست و رفیقایتان، با کمیونیتی تان. شرم نکنین از کارتان. اگر کارتان عیب داره یا در هر سطح که است، یک پروژه که خود ساختین، هر چیزی که بوده اونم رو شریک بسازین با دوستایتان، با رفیقایتان، با فامیلتان. تشویقتان میکنن. شاید در بین یکی دو سه نفر باشه که گپ ناق بگه یا گفته ما شما افغانا گپ مفت بزنه، او جایی را نمیگیره و او باید باعث از این نشه که شما دلسرد شوید. در مقابل من مطمئن هستم که ما اصلا دیدیم در فیسبوک هر معسل دوست یا رفیق پروگرامر ما که دستاورد خود پست میکنه، 10 نفر کامنت های خوب میکنن، تشویق میکنن و ما مطمئن هستم که اگر شما پروژه‌تان شریک بسازین، کلی تشویقتان میکنه و نظریات خوب براتون میده. نظر من است که اگر کار خرد یا بزرگ کردین، هر چیزی که بوده او را شریک بسازین با دیگران، فیدبک بگیرین، نظر بگیرین. و نکته آخر، کمک بخواین. اگر جای بند ماندین از کسایی که میفهمین که شما را کمک کرده میتونه، ازشان کمک بخواین. هیچ کسی اگر در دور و برتان نیست، فرمای آنلاین است، استک اوورفلو است. حالا میگن که پروگرامینگ 90% استک اوورفلو است، 10% دیگه هم کپی پیست. دیگه استک اوورفلو است، اون سوالتان اوجا نوشته بکنین، حتما یک کس پیدا میشه براتون جواب میده، متوقف نشین. موضوع دیگه که من میخوایم در موردش کوتاه صحبت بکنم و یک چیزی که اکثرا شاگردا درش به مشکل برمیخورن این است که چطور یک ایده پیدا بکنن، چطور یک مفکوره برای پروژه خود پیدا بکنن. جواب من است که look for inspiration around you. ما و شما بدبختانه در کشور زندگی میکنیم که پر از مشکلات است. ما مشکل امنیتی داریم، مشکل اقتصادی داریم، مردم های ما فقیر هستند و ده ها تا مشکل دیگه هم هست و این مشکلات کلش به نظر من این معنا را میده که ما شما این قدر فرصت داریم برای کار کردن، برای تغییر آوردن. ما شما وقت این دنیای از مشکلات در دور و بر خود میبینیم، باید طرز فکر ما باشه که من چی کده میتونم با دانش که من دارم، با سافتیر دیولپمنت چی مشکلات میتونم که من حل بکنم. و دلیل از این که از طریق برنامه DSC سولوشن چالش هم را اندازی شده امی است که شاگردای پانتون ببینن که در دور و برشان، در محیطشان چه مشکلات وجود داره و اون مشکلات با استفاده از یک برنامه، با استفاده از یک سافتیر او را حلش بکنن. اگر مفکورتون بسیار خوب بود، گوگل او را حمایت میکنه، شما را امریکا میخواه و کلان آدم میشین دیگه. جواب امی که اگر کدام وقت برای پیدا کردن مفکوره و مشکل برخوردین، راه حلش امیست که ببینین که اصلا در خانه تان چی مشکل است، کدام اپلیکیشن کار برتان آسان میکنه. و اکثر کسایی که اپلیکیشن میسازن در افغانستان هم در دیگه جای مموت است، مشکلات میبینن در دور و بر خود و برش یک راه حل کوشش میکنن که پیدا بکنن. آخرین موضوع how to get a job as a software developer. چطور وظیفه پیدا بکنیم. یاد گرفتیم اندروید دیولپمنت، حالا میتونیم که سافتور بسازیم. استپ بعدی پیدا کردن وظیفه است. برای پیدا کردن وظیفه گزینه‌های مختلف دارین. میتونین که برای وظایف دولتی اپلای بکنین. حالا دولت بخش‌های مختلف را زیر اثر خود آورده. اون پروژه دولتی را خود وزارت مخابرات یا کاتگوری مستقل دیگه به نام NSIA، اداره احصایه، میخواد که تمام سیستمایی را که برای ادارات ضرورت است او را خودشان بسازه، که این هم یک فرصت است برای کسایی که میخواین برای وظایف دولتی اپلای کنن و برای شما یک فرصت است که دولت کار بکنن من سافتور دیولپر. شرکت های سافتور سازی هم هست در کابل، در مزار، در هرات میتونید که به شرکت ها اپلای بکنین. و یک فرصت دیگه که یا یک کار دیگه که شما میتونین که ایست که میتونین فریلنس کار بکنین. یک تعداد زیاد مردم مخصوصا در پاکستان، هند، بنگلادش و در افغانستان هم تازه یک تعداد مردم شروع کردن کارهای فریلنسینگ میکنن. در مورد فریلنسینگ من امید دیروز یک ویدیوی لایو هم دیدم. یک از دوستای من در این باره سمینار میداد، وبینار میداد. یک آپشن دیگه است که شما فریلنس کار کنید. کسی که فریلنس نمیفهمن، هدفی است که آنلاین وظیفه میگیرین، پروژه میگیرین، کار میکنین، پروژه رو پس تسلیم میکنین، پول تان میگیرین. سایت های مختلف هست مثل فایور، اپورکس که میتونین که در اونجا شما پروژه فریلنس را پیدا کنین. از کارهای بسیار خرد شروع بکنین. حتی من بشناسم کسایی را که برای خود اونجا پروفایل ساختن، $5 یک دانه لوگو رو دیزاین کرده. لوگو خوبش بوده، نفر خوش آمده، باز برش آفر داده که خیلی کل این برند ما دیزاین کن. $200 گرفته، تمام برندش دیزاین کرده. باز او امی آدم ریکامند کرده بر دیگر. حالا به اندازه یا شاید بیشتر از یک شرکت گرافیک دیزاین که در داخل کار میکنه، اونم یک نفر عاید میکنه از طریق فریلنسینگ. یک گزینه خوب است، زمان میبره، نیاز به حوصله داره، اما یک دفعه که وارد کار شدین دیگه هیچ باز نیاز نیست که برای کسی دیگه کار کنین، خودتون میتونین که به اختیار خود به وقت خود کار بکنین. و گزینه آخر ای است که ضرور نیست برای کسی دیگه کار کنین، خودتون یک استارتاپ را بندازین. استارتاپ های خوب در هر طرف کشور راه انداخته شده. در افغانستان هم در این وقت هم استارتاپ های خوب را من میبینم در طرف. شما میتونین که یک استارتاپ را بندازین و برنامه های بسیار مختلف است به خاطر حمایت از استارتاپ ها. گوگل هم یک برنامه داره برای استارتاپ ها به نام گوگل لانچ پد. ما در صدد ازی هستیم که اونو برنامه گوگل هم بخیر در افغانستان بریم که استارتاپ های سافتویر سازی در افغانستان شامل از او برنامه شود. در فکر از او برنامه هستیم. در اون مورد باز انشالله اگر برنامه قرار شد در افغانستان بیایه، ما یگان برنامه دیگه میگیرم مفصل ما شما صحبت میکنیم. ناوقت شب است. تشکر از کلتان. در مورد گپایی که ما گفتم و در مورد برنامه GDG کابل و برنامه گوگل در افغانستان اگر دوستا سوال دارن ما در خدمتشان. تشکر از کلتان. آسناد دستی آقای can I remember
فکر کنم خب
میشنویم صدایت هم میشنویم. فکر کنم ما گپایم خلاص شد. اگر سوال باشه در خدمت. تشکر از خانم زهره. با ما میتونین از طریق فیسبوک با تماس شوین. اکثرا در اوجا فعال هستم. در غیر از او میتونین که در پیج GDG کابل هم پیام بانین. ما هر چند وقت بعد یک بار پیام رو میخونم. فکر کنم که موفق باشین. تشکر از خانم آسناتم که بر ما فرصت داد. انشالله در برنامه دیگه بازم در خدمتشان خواهد بود.
تشکر بسیار زیاد از شما از اینکه وقتتان در این وقت شب بر ما در اختیار ما قرار دادین و واقعا خوشحال هستم. امیدوار هستم یک برنامه پردستار بوده باشه بر تمام شاگردایی که ما رو شنیدن.
موفق باشین. وقتتان بخیر. شب کلای بخیر.
تشکر. وقت شما بخیر.